You know, I was always under the impression that we were all on the same page. When it comes to certain legendary characters from certain anime, we always give them their respect. When you're looking at a Dragon Ball Z, Zeno, he has his respect. Goku, Broly, Vegeta, they have their respect. When you move on to a Bleach, there's no disrespect on Yamamoto's name. When you look at Naruto, Madara, Hashirama, characters that are of legendary status always have their respect, unless it's the One Piece world, unless it's the One Piece community. Now, as you guys know, I'm not immune to bad takes at all. I've said some many good things on the channel, and I've also said some bad things on the channel. Now, whether you guys agree with me or disagree with me, the legendary characters always had their respect with me. But there's some reason when it comes to the One Piece community, the legends get disrespected. I don't know what exactly caused this. I don't know if it's because Oda has given us a lack of information on the feats side of things, but when you're looking at storytelling, narrative, these things have painted the picture for legendary characters in the One Piece world. But there's a big part of the One Piece community that sees it the complete opposite way, and we're actually going to take a look. Now, shout out to Lelouch V. Bree, of course, but this is the first example of what I'm talking about.
Sanji will beat Garp in a one-on-one fade. We don't need nobody else, but we go throw Jinbei in there just to support, and they go beat his ass.
Now, I love the Straw Hats just as much as the next person. I believe the Straw Hats have made tremendous strides in the One Piece world post-Wano. If you're caught up in the manga, you know exactly what's going on. But even if you're not fully caught up in the manga, you could still see that Sanji is not who he used to be. Him boxing against a lead performer in Queen has not only increased his bounty, but his power level has increased as well, and also his speed. He has access to Infinite Janbei, he has his exoskeleton for his defenses. He's next level. Jinbei, on the other hand, has shown us some great haki. He was able to block an attack from Big Mom. Even though it was a weakened Big Mom, it's still impressive. It's against the Yonko. Jinbei also made Who's Who look like trash. He is no scrub whatsoever. He's a great fighter with Fishman Karate, which is a poor man's armament haki on top of his normal armament haki. Jinbei is a beast as well. But are they Garp? Are they Garp the Fist? Have Sanji and Jinbei ever in the story proven that they can pull off feats that Garp the Fist has pulled off? If we look at the haki required to fight against a Captain Rocks who had a white beard, a Captain John, an Ochoku, a Big Mom, a Kaido, even though he was in his younger days. I mean, look at the lineup. Shiki was there as well. Think about the haki that's required to contend in that type of battle. Think about characters like Whitebeard in his prime. Garp was in that conversation. Roger in his prime. Garp was in that conversation. Shiki in his prime. Yes, Garp is there as well. You can put Sanji and Jinbei in those same very scenarios and they will come out on top? What are we doing? Where have we gone wrong? What is being missed right now? I'm not saying that end of story, maybe they will get there, maybe, but Garp is on a completely different level. Garp is on his way to fight the Blackbeard pirates and save Kobe by himself. If you say, oh, well, Helmeppo is there, what's Helmeppo really doing? Let's be serious. That's not all Lelouch said.
Then we go take Luffy, and we go take Zoro, and they go fade with Roger. If Kaido is superior to Whitebeard, and Luffy was able to go toes with Kaido, that don't mean that Luffy is at least relative to Whitebeard. And if Whitebeard is relative to Roger, then come on, bro. Luffy and Roger are relative to each other.
Oh, man.
So then we throw in Zoro, it's overkill. You get what I'm saying?
I don't. I have no idea what you're saying. Listen, one element that's being missed here is that Kaido himself didn't even truly believe he was on Roger's level. Kaido himself was teaching Luffy about how powerful Roger's haki was, that he was able to take over the world because his haki was on that level. Kaido was saying this mid-battle, and we even saw Kaido's Fab Five. Kaido let us know of characters he believed it would be a struggle for him to beat. Maybe he's around higher or lower, who knows? But Kaido himself believed that against those 5 characters, he may not make it out alive. Yet you're putting Kaido over a Roger, who Kaido himself does not believe he's over a Roger. How does this work? Now, Luffy being relative to a Whitebeard, I don't know if he was talking about old Whitebeard outside of his prime, sick in Marineford, or if he was talking about Whitebeard in his prime, boxing against an Odin, boxing against a Roger, boxing against top tier opponents in the One Piece world. If you're talking about old sick Whitebeard with Gear 5 Nika Luffy, I mean, give or take, who knows? All right, there's a lot of stuff that Gear 5 Luffy has shown us that's very impressive. His haki is on that level now, but a prime Whitebeard, the haki that prime Whitebeard shown us is still on a completely different level because Kaido himself knows that he has haki that is nowhere near Roger's level. This is Kaido saying that Roger had the power to make the world heal because of his own haki. If Kaido didn't make the world heal yet, that means his haki is not Roger level.
Y'all can't give me no evidence as to why the new Yonko is still not Roger level. If you could give me evidence of that, then I will believe you. But everything that you've seen from Roger, we've seen from Kaido and Luffy. Oh, they split the sky. You seen that from Kaido and Luffy. Oh, they weren't even touching each other when their haki was going crazy. Well, you seen that from Kaido and Luffy.
Wow.
Bro, what? What has Roger done that Luffy has not?
What has Roger done that Luffy has not?
Not a goddamn thing. Not nothing, bro. Not nothing. So stop it. Until y'all can tell me something Roger has done, just stop that. The Straw Hats are gonna whoop their ass.
Okay. All right. Roger defeated the Rocks Pirates. That's it. That's literally the only feat I really need to bring up right now. The fact that he defeated the Rocks Pirates is proof alone that he has a haki that is past Luffy right now. I'm not saying Luffy end of series won't get there. I'm not saying end of series Luffy won't surpass Roger, but Luffy right now is not Roger level. If he was Roger level, he would have packed Kaido up the second he got there. There would have been no need for Yamato to get in the mix. There would have been no need for Zoro to try to hold him off and scar Kaido. There would have been no need for Momonosuke to fly Luffy up and do all of this extra stuff because Luffy would have got there and said, everybody get out the way, Law get off the roof, Zoro get off the roof, Killer get off the roof, I got this. But the fact that that didn't happen shows us that there's still a ladder for him to climb. How are we skipping past all of these other characters and going straight to Roger? And then you're talking about the new Yonko surpassing Roger. What has Blackbeard done that was Roger tier? I want to know. I know there's people out in the One Piece community that talk about, well, if Mihawk is the world's strongest swordsman and Roger was a swordsman, does that mean Mihawk can box Roger? There's a lot of things that are being misconstrued here. Yes, Roger didn't have a Black Blade, and that's why I believe I want to wait and see what's going on with Black Blades before I start giving Mihawk that edge over a Roger. But there are things that Roger has done that have surpassed every feat that you were bringing up. Defeating the Rocks Pirates, boxing against a Garp, clashing weapons with Whitebeard. Yes, Luffy and Kaido clash and split the sky, but there are levels to haki. You mean to tell me that because Katakuri has Conqueror's haki, that he can pull up on Shanks right now? Shanks has proven that there are tiers to Conqueror's haki because he made Admiral Aramaki run for his life once he got a little taste of it. And Shanks was miles away. And when I look at Shanks and how he formed his crew, you can say that he modeled his crew. You could say that he modeled his fighting style after a Goldie Roger. If you want even more insight on how Roger moved and what his attacks looked like and how his haki was looking, look at Shanks. But Lelouch's not the only one that's saying stuff like this. The fans from Japan have also weighed in on the top 10 strongest in the One Piece world. Let's take a look. First off, Zoro made it into the top 10, which is very impressive. Okay, I'm not there yet, but I get why people say that because of the Conqueror's haki being awakened in Wano. But Japan has Kaido at 8, and they have Kaido underneath Luffy. Now, why do you think that is? Because when you look at Kaido, even though he was impressive, even though he was all-powerful, even though he tried to kill himself multiple times and never was able to get the job done, Kaido still had multiple characters within the One Piece story that he believed he would not be able to be, or it will be a struggle for him to be. We know 5 of them, and now you could add Luffy to the mix, which makes 6. And there are people in the One Piece community that believe that Big Mom is of equal status to a Kaido, which would possibly make 7. But you see, Garp's at 7, Luffy's at 6, Mihawk made it to 5. Mihawk's underneath Shanks, spoke about it many times. If you guys look at the top 3, Whitebeard, then Roger, then Shanks, number 1 of all time. Japanese fans, we love y'all, alright? I love y'all. I'm not there yet though. And even though I have Shanks at my number 1 currently alive in the One Piece story, do I believe he has surpassed Roger? I personally think I need to see what happened on God Valley before I can give him that edge. Now, I'm all for the new age characters surpassing the old. We know that Naruto had to surpass the first Hokage in order to really save everybody. And if we look at Asta and Deku and Itadori and all these other characters, they are well on their way. But when it comes to One Piece, the legends, the greats of old, always are getting disrespected. I've seen so many top 30 lists where Garp is in the bottom 30 or may not even make it. Rayleigh is barely making it into the top 25. I mean, where have we gone wrong? Because even though Rayleigh said he might not be able to defeat a Blackbeard right now, Blackbeard felt that he might not be able to defeat a Rayleigh. There are 2 sides to that coin. We gotta start respecting our legends in the One Piece world, man. That's about it. See ya. Peace.